Brazilian Rodrigo. We heard yesterday that Rodrigo is open to the move. Spurs are pushing for Rodrigo. A journalist called Edu Burgos says that Tottenham are going to go all in for Rodrigo. Their plan is to pay... Listen, get this one. Their plan is to either pay the 90 million transfer fee or meet the player's wage demands, which is over 10 million net per year, but not both.
I mean, who does this?
So that basically what they're saying is we're going to go all in, but we're not going to go all in. We're just going to go half-assed.
We're going to do a 50-50 as a student who wants to be a millionaire.
So either we can pay the transfer fee or we can pay the wages. We can't pay both.
This is a new way of transfer activity. It's like, which one? In this hand, you pick this. You go like that, isn't it? You know when you go like to kids, like pick a hand. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Real Madrid or Rodrigo. Which one is it?
I've never heard such a nonsense report than that in my life. But look, I've got a couple more on Rodrigo. And Sam C says that as of today, there is no truth in the Rodrigo links to Tottenham. Santi Auna says that Rodrigo has no interest in joining Tottenham despite reports. Spurs have made an inquiry, but there is no talk ongoing. And Mario Cortegena says that despite reports in Spain, Tottenham are not looking at players in Rodrigo's position, and he would not be interested in a move there anyway. So I think we can put that one to bed, can't we, Brian?
Yeah, I put in the chat whilst you were on Ben Jacobs. I said there's more chance of you and me waking up with David Ginola hairstyles than this deal actually going ahead. It's a name that's just been thrown out there, isn't it? I mean, there's no way it's happening. No way, especially if we're going to go all out and only give the player what he wants, but not the club, or vice versa.
Yeah, it's true. And look, Rodrigo, obviously, he's been at Real Madrid for a number of years now. Why would he join Tottenham? Like, there'll be so many other suitors in there for him. Tottenham, there's just no finance. I just can't see us being able to get any sort of finances together to even try and convince him, never mind of him having initial interest to join us.
Well, you know what? If this was back in the Poch days, like we're qualifying regularly season in, season out for the Champions League, you'd then go, right, okay, there is a chance because we can guarantee, or we've been able to show back to back to back, I think it was 3-4 seasons in a row, Champions League football guaranteed at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that anymore, is it? At the moment, it's not that, and we'd be kidding ourselves to think it was. So I just don't see, especially when the other clubs, like we've heard Liverpool and other clubs that will guarantee Champions League football season after season, he's going to choose that, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. So look, that's the situation on Rodrigo. Probably the last we speak about it in this transfer window. Next up, Cuti Romero, Jack Pitbrook saying that Romero now looks likelier to stay at Tottenham Hotspur than leave. We've seen a couple of weeks ago or a week ago that AC Milan signed a centre-back in David Hanko, maybe more of a left-sided centre-back, but still a centre-back. So do you think that there is a chance that we can convince Romero to sign that contract?
I really hope so, but I don't know why, but I don't think the Romero exit talk is dead. I think a club might come nearer the end of the window and just lay down a chunk of change. But I think, like you and Simeon have said, and like many people have said, I think he needs to commit, doesn't he? We need to see a contract, or that would be the ideal thing. If he's going to stay, commit to the club and sign a contract, and then it puts everything to bed. It puts everything to bed. If he doesn't sign a contract, this is just going to rumble on in the January window, the next summer window. So we shall see. But I really do hope he stays, because when he's there and when he's on his game, he's incredible for us, and there's no getting away from that.
The thing is with Romero, right? If he wants to be here, you know, and he puts his heart and soul into it, what a player that you have on your hands. But if he is angling for a move away, it's not really a player that you want in the club, is it? No, you know, but thankfully we haven't seen, like, do you know what we were all trying to say about Morgan Gibbs-White and forcing the move through, and then obviously he didn't. Well, Romero's not doing else, is he? Yeah, that's true.
So it works both ways. It works both ways. If he wanted out, I'm sure Romero, as we know with his comments he's made quite openly about the board on occasions, if he wanted out, we'd know about it, wouldn't we? Yeah, no, yeah, you're probably right there. But, you know, there's talk about him being favourite if Sonny was to leave to be the club captain next season. Yep.
Would you want him as club captain if he hasn't signed on that dotted line?
For this season, probably yes. I mean, if you look at that team right now, Kulusevski's out, that you could say is captain-like material. You got Vicario.
Yeah.
Sonny goes, and then it's Maddison.
Yeah.
I've said before, I'd love to see Porro in the leadership team. Not necessarily given the armband, but I'd love to see him in the leadership team. But if you look at that team, and only going on what it is right now, not obviously what may be, he has to be the captain if he stays, doesn't he, really?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the options, right? So you mentioned Vicario, Kulusevski, Bentancur has got to be...
I've got Ben.
Bentancur's got to be there, and Romero as well, right? So Romero got a year left in his... Well, he's running down his contract and could potentially leave. You've got Bentancur, who's got a year left in his contract. You've got Vicario, who's a keeper, and Kinski might actually be more of a frank keeper than Vicario. I still fully expect Vicario to start the season as number one, but you never know what can happen as the season progresses. So really, that leaves you with Kulusevski, who's going to be out for a big chunk of the start of the season. That doesn't rule him out being captain, but then you've got James Maddison as well. So I don't know which way we go with this. I guess it does land with Romero, and you've got 2 years as club captain to convince him to stay. Yeah,
well, I forgot to add Bentancur, which you were right in adding. But like you said, it's the same situation with Bentancur as it would be with Romero, isn't it?
It's worse because it's 1 year less.
1 year, exactly. So that's got to be sorted out. But I think if Romero stays and the window closes, he's still a Spurs player, and Sonny has left, then I think it has to be Romero.
You know, when we signed Maddison, he got put in the leadership group straight away, was vice captain straight from the off. Do you feel like that's something that we can buy? Can we buy a captain? Can we buy someone that can come straight in and put that armband on?
I think you can. Especially with what we've currently got. I don't see any. I mean, let's just say we were linked once again. Not saying that these will happen. Conor Gallagher has led Chelsea a number of times. So
God, that would boil some piss if that was to happen.
It completely would do. But he has the credentials to be one. And then you just look at the other players we've been linked with, and let's just talk about players we've been linked with. Morgan Gibbs-White could have been, but obviously that's a no-go now. I'm just trying to think of any off the top of my head, some real quality players that we've been linked with that would be captain material. I can't think of many.
Yeah. No. Douglas Luiz. Wasn't Douglas
Luiz?
Paulinho?
Paulinho, but have they captained before? I mean, Paulinho would be a good one for what he offers on the pitch. Douglas Luiz, has he been a captain? Has he worn the armband anywhere he's been? Was he a captain?
Did he wear the armband on occasions for Aston Villa?
That's what I'm trying to think. I mean, John McGinn is pretty much there every single game, isn't he? He's a pretty much a guarantee to be playing. But does he have the credentials? Maybe.
I'm just searching it because I'm pretty sure I've seen Douglas Luiz. He has previously captained Villa, yeah.
Okay, on multiple times or just the odd few?
It doesn't say. It just says he has previously captained Villa.
So then there may be. There may be, and I do love captains in the centre of the park as well. So that would be a position that if he was there, that would be interesting. Yeah.
And last but not least, Ben Jacobs is from about Yves Bissouma saying Bissouma has been discussed internally at Al-Ahli as a possible target. And apparently I saw a report that Al-Ahli are looking to bring in 8 or 9 top players from around Europe this summer. So with Bissouma potentially being one. Did you see Bissouma wanting to go out to Saudi at this stage of his career?
Well, it's nice for a team to want to bring 8, 9 top players in, isn't it? Well, what a lovely thing to do. Yves Bissouma said he wants to stay in the Premier League, isn't it? He has said it quite often, and he wants to fight for his place. We all know when players go to Saudi, they go for one reason.
Yeah.
And if someone presents Bissouma, or any player, not just Bissouma, anyone with a huge payday, they're going to look at it seriously, aren't they? They may turn it down eventually because they don't want to go because of the standard of the league, but money talks.
Yeah. Do you think that that is one that is going to end up happening? Because you look at maybe the suitors that Bissouma has from, there has been links to Italy this summer, like the likes of Juventus, but you'd really think that the money Spurs are going to want is more likely to come from Saudi, isn't it?
You would do. But also, Bissouma is one, like when we've been mentioning, and I'm just going to throw some names out, like Wharton.
Yeah.
Like, he's the perfect player to use in a player exchange. Whether he agrees to go to Team A or B, whoever we're talking about in a player exchange, but there's lots of people that are looking for midfielders or holding or whatever, and Bissouma would suit a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Is there the possibility? Could you use him as a make weight? That's the other thing. Could we use it and say, right, let's just say, for example, it was Wharton and we did actually put an official bid in. If you're like, okay, we're going to take Wharton for XYZ, but we're going to give you Bissouma in that deal to reduce some of the price. Can that be done? Not saying it will be done, but there's something that could be done there to bring the value down, isn't it? Or the bid.
Yeah, I mean, when you're thinking about Fabio Paratici coming back into the frame, I mean, it's something that he would definitely... It's a trick that he would definitely have up his sleeve with creative deals that he likes to do. But look, again, we're just going to have to wait and see how it progresses. I mean, I don't know if you heard all the discussion with Ben Jacobs before, but he seems quite confident that Spurs are still going to get 2 or 3 players from now until the end of the window. And yeah, that's pretty much what we were saying yesterday. I was saying 2, you were saying 3, and now he's saying 2 to 3. So let's just hope that Spurs can get some deals over the line now, because it's just getting a bit too quiet for my liking.
Yeah, and I'm sure we will get 2 to 3 done. The question is the quality of the player, isn't it? That's the huge question. And obviously, hearing the news of Destiny's injury, and obviously he said Thomas Frank said it was a knee injury, so we don't know the extent of that. Has that now made that left back position a position that we have that becomes a priority? May not have been something we addressed a little bit later in the window or once another couple of players come in, but has that now, when we find out the extent of that injury, made the left back a more important target?
I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs just going for Dennis Sirkin now. Like, you know, academy graduate, ticks that box, left back that's been doing well the past couple of seasons for Sunderland. So, I mean, I've got no information, but in my mind, that seems like the most likely candidate.
You would say so because of the cost and whatever, but if Spurs were going to be serious, I would hope they would say, right, if this is all if he was out for an extended time, right, Anthony Robinson. We obviously, if he'd come with Destiny fit, it would have been a tug of war, not guaranteed first team football. But if it is an injury that's months rather than weeks, I know it doesn't help the homegrown or club trained side of things, but surely we'd need a quality left back in his position rather than a make weight.
Yeah. So look, that is your Tottenham update for today. Obviously, the training has been going on in Hong Kong, and a certain sign was held up in the crowd. I don't know if you saw it, Brian. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw Simon's tweet, and I very quickly put on the Jose Mourinho gif saying, if I speak, I'm in trouble. Big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble. Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, a fan took a "I love Daniel Levy" sign to the
T-shirt.
Sorry, to the K-Tac.
I heart picture of Daniel Levy's face and Levy on the written.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I'm sure that's one of one been sold.
You never know, mate. You never know. There are some crazy people in this world.
True.
People in the comments saying it was Sean Butler. He's probably selling them.
Someone tweeted and said, Brian, I'm going to get you one of these. And I said, good. I could do with some kindling, start the barbecue. So yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Did you see that clip as well on our Twitter of Antonin Kinski in that training drill? But he looks like an outfield player. Have you not seen it? He's like playing keep ball, and he's brilliant in terms of the... it seemed like one of the best ones there.
Oh, maybe he can be our number 6.
Yeah,
he can be the deep lining ball playmaker that we need.
Yeah, you never know. But it does seem, though, like the end of Sonny is coming, which is a very sad kind of state of affairs at this moment in time. It's just sad that he feels that he kind of needs to go to MLS, where I just don't think that's a place that he should be going right now. Like, I still think he's got a number of years until he can go out to the MLS.
Yeah, do you know what? I spoke about this yesterday, and I said maybe because his body's breaking down, or he's getting to that age, and he just wants to play and just have a different style of life, and LA could suit for him. I looked at Chris Cowling put something up where, don't know if you've seen the video where he's training, and then someone behind Chris Cowling speaks in Korean, or I think it's Korean and South Korean, and says something, and then Chris Cowling goes, "Does that mean cheer up, Sonny, or have a smile?" And they went, "Yeah." And I started looking at it now. Starting to feel that he's probably looking at it as well now. Go, "Do you know what? I've given 10 years to this football club, Champions League football again, and look what this club is doing, as in to help." Like Harry Kane said, "That's my ambition. I stay at this football club." Is Sonny now looking at this and just going, "Right, we've got Champions League, we've won a trophy, and look what's happening now"? I think Son. I think he's out the door. I think he wants a fresh start, and to finish his career in a different country and experience different cultures. And fair play to him. Fair play to him.
I mean, there could be an element of that, but we did hear as soon as we won the Europa League, he gave indications even then that, Spurs, that his time at Spurs is coming to an end, and, people close to him and players in the squad all got the impression that they might have seen Sonny's last competitive game for Spurs. Yeah. And that's even before the transfer window even opened.
Yeah, well, maybe obviously inside and being the captain, he knew a lot more down the line than anyone else did. Maybe. It's just ending very, very sadly. It's ending very, very sadly.
At least it's ending with a bloody trophy. You know what I mean? Like it could be one of the best endings of any Spurs player.
100%. He's an absolute legend of this football club. The biggest legend in our modern history.
Yeah.
Bar none. Quite plain and simple. Trophy under the belt, 10 years loyalty, everything he's given for this football club. Whether you think he's past it, whether you think he's got another season in him or not, this man goes down as the biggest legend in the club's recent history. He has given everything to this football club.
Yeah. I haven't seen any reports or any pictures, but there's been suggestions that Donna Cullen is out in Hong Kong. Is this true?
Yes. Yes, and apparently everyone's going nuts, but apparently it's I don't understand this. It's a 3 to 6 month staged handover.
So what we're saying is that when we were all having parties of her and the resignation and her leaving, she's still been in and around the club ever since.
I don't know in what capacity, but yeah, she's. I remember when I was a manager of booking, and I was going, or anyone who's a manager, you're going on holiday or you're leaving, you have to do these handovers and say, this is what's done, this is where the state of everything is, or how this operates. I get that, but if it's for Vinay, I think Vinay knows what he's doing. He's been at Arsenal and done whatever. If it's a 3 to 6 month stage handover, then so be it. I just don't get why she needs to be on a tour. I get the handover bit and everything, but why? What are you doing on the tour?
Maybe she just wanted a nice little break, a nice little getaway in Hong Kong.
Yeah, a bit more attention just before she bows out.
Yeah, I mean, how many months has it been since the news broke? So was it? It was just after the final, wasn't it? So it was around May time. Yeah. So it's only a couple of months away, exactly. Months ago. So you're saying that. What did you say? 3 to 6 months.
Apparently, that's what people are saying. 3 to 6 months stage takeover, handover.
Man, just go away. Like, what are you still doing here? Like, seriously, like, what are you still doing here? I thought Donna Cullen was a distant memory at this football club. Clearly not.
I mean, of all the people to be hearing about today that's around the club right now, listen, you never see this with another football club. you never. But this is what we do here.
Madness, in it. It's absolute madness. You got Cullen, who's handed in her resignation, and you know we've had a whole kind of announcement that she's left the club. She's on tour with the club, and then you had Paratici, which is a different kind of situation, but he got banned from the club. But he got banned from football in general, and he was still pictured at Spurs week in, week out as well. So we never let go of people.
And you know the thing about this as well that makes me like is when you look at it and people were saying this was planned, it was always planned, she wasn't pushed, she's left, she was going to wind down, we've known it for a year. So why didn't they do all the whole year they had to, they knew she was leaving? Why wasn't these kind of things taken care of? So when her final day finished, it was like, here you go, here's the reins, your responsibility. Who knows? Exactly.
Surely a staged handover should be in your last 2 to 3 months at the club. It shouldn't be after you've actually left. It just doesn't make sense. Unless they didn't plan for it.
You mean like a chairman going to the Bahamas in the January transfer window?
Yeah, exactly like that.
or not having a discussion about targets until 3 weeks before the window. You mean those kind of normal things at a football club?
Yeah, those normal things.
Okay, gotcha. It's the standard practice here, buddy.
Oh my God, the life of Tottenham Hotspur, unbelievable. So I mean, trying to see if there's any